All right, good morning, boys and girls. We're back at it again. Today is bait day. We got to get some bait going where we can go do some catfishing next few days. Uh, as usual, I'm dragging crankbait to start with. Got 5 poles out. That's usually my normal is 5 poles. 5 seems to work good for me. Some people will do 6, but 5 works better for me. But we're gonna drag these baits, see what happens. And it's mighty warm this morning. Water temperature is says 87 degrees. That's about like bath water. But what it is. It's July the 29th. So it should be hot. July is almost over with. And August is coming. And the weather people are promising a little cooler weather for a week or two. But we got a couple more days of this 95, 96 degree heat, high humidities. You know, it's not the first time. Growing up in South Georgia, hauling hay in June and July and August brings back, I ain't gonna say good memories, but it brings back some memories anyhow. Yeah, they were good. You gotta learn what you can learn. Hopefully we can get this bait caught pretty quick. Got something going on this afternoon and I gotta make this bait trip pretty quick. And I'm not gonna try to keep them in a bait tank as usual because of the hot weather and everything. If I get bait, we're gonna put them on ice. I already got one. Look at here, we already got one if it don't come off. All right, good way to start the morning. And believe it or not, we're in 13 foot of water, 87 degrees, and we got a crappie. That's pretty good. We got a crappie big enough to keep. If I can get the hooks out of them, I might have a pliers there. What I'm gonna do is keep them in that bait tank till we get home. Then I'm gonna put them on ice and they'll keep a few days. That's not my preferred way, but it's better than having them die on you and not being good to use. Let me get this pole back out. Get back out where you can get another one. What we need is another one. That was pretty quick. Wish about 10 more of them would come along. Get about 10 more of that size, we'd be okay. All right, we're coming up on our old hump that crosses the creek here. Maybe we can catch something on that hump. And the ones that have been watching these videos, taking their time to watch, I thank you. Uh-oh. 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 Ah, doggy. That happens. Lost that one. Don't know what that hung on. I ain't had that to happen before the hump. Oh, looky here. Let's see what we got here. This might be a cat. No, it's hung. All right, boys and girls, I'll get back with you in just a minute. I'm gonna have to turn around. All right, boys and girls, we're back again. I made my turn and got everything out. Showing a ton of fish through here. It's a little bit deeper on this side here, but no bite. I'll try. I've never done it before, but today I think I'll show you. I'll try to film how we go through the cover down there. It can be tricky at times, especially when there's a current. There's a strong current. It likes to turn this boat sideways. You have to be really careful. One boat got caught there a few years ago and it didn't turn out well. Well, we're running out of real estate again. But the hunt for bait continues. A lot of fish. It may be that they just don't want that crankbait. Might not be hungry. All right, we're pulling up some trash now. We'll be back. All right, boys and girls, as I promised I'd film this, we're gonna go through there. Yes, this old big boat will fit in there. We may go through there like a ping pong sometimes, bounce off sides, but we'll make it. And in early springtime when the water's high, it can be difficult. Been a few times that I couldn't go through here. But we'll get it. Oh yeah, so yeah. Whole boat will fit in here. Look at that. When you live in these creeks, you have to deal with this. Get out to the main lake. A lot of people don't like doing it. Some people have to do it because they live in. But here we go, we're through. We get highway right there. Over there in the distance is another bridge, another highway. And we're gonna drag some crankbaits towards that other bridge. See what happens. It's about 20 to 25 foot of water out there. The main channel runs up under that bridge. I hope you can see it. It's a long ways across there. Well, we're gonna get started. Let me get everything put back in place. All right, boys and girls, here we are. We're doing a little brim fishing. I hope you can see this. Trying to stay out of the sun. We've caught several brim, not no great big ones. The last one I caught was the biggest one. One baiter is what I call them, just big enough for one piece of bait. And so they'll get the job done. I hope you can see this. I hope the sun is not wanting to be my friend today. No matter how I move, it seems like it wants to. See if I can move this boat a little bit. But I want to give you, see that big old pile of rocks there? That's a high bank there. There's a house sitting up on top up there. They're up there doing some work. You may hear some noise. Had some storm damage a while back, and they're up there working on the deck, and they're trying to get it straightened out. Had some heavy damage. So, pretty place. It's up for sale. Anybody interested? You happen to be one of them multi-millionaires, because that's what it's going to take. That is not your average house. Has a swimming pool. Has a, I think it's a tennis court or a basketball court, maybe a pickleball court. Who knows? It's it's got a lot up there. Has another smaller house there for your in-laws. Wanna get them up here, and uh-oh, I almost threw in the tree. There we go. Not no big one. That's small. Bunch of small ones here. But they'll do for one piece of bait. And that's all we need per pole. It's one piece of bait. Just have to have more of them. I went to the cove that I talked about earlier, and really small fish in there. Plus too, the sun done got high enough, there wasn't no shade in there. There's a little bit of shade here. And, this is one of my wife's spots. She loves to fish in this spot right here. The tree overhanging the water, and stays shaded till about 10, 11 o'clock. A lot of mayflies here at certain times. I can stay out of the tree. There we go, another small one. And I mean small. That ain't the smallest one I've caught, but that's pretty small. Which is just as the bait run today is all about the bait. We're gonna try, there's another one. This one might be big enough to keep. Oh yeah. Let me get this camera turned down just a little bit. As far as it's gonna turn down. We do have another way of adjusting it, but there you go. Let me see if I can adjust this thing a little bit. Maybe that's a little better. Better watch that big motor back there. Don't let it get in the rocks. We don't want to have to buy a prop. They're not cheap. No matter what kind you use. This day and time ain't nothing cheap. You know, I've been going to the store regular here lately, and I've noticed that prices still high. They talking about, which it may take time, but I think my thought on that is they got it where they want it, and they're not going to let go of it. They got the prices and figured out ways to make it cheaper and get more for it. And they're not going to change it. We just do what you can do. I may have to put me another worm on that hook. Hey, don't want that little piece. One more throw up there. There we go. Oh, yeah. This might be a little bit better fish too. Got a little bit further up under that tree. Oh yes. Oh yeah. There we go, boys and girls. That's a good bait right there for a flathead. Always keep you a rag handy. I do. There's more rags on this boat than you can count. Always use a rag to wipe your hands. And something I never really had thought about till I went fishing one time up there at the James River. And the guy that I was with recommended, after handling all the fish and everything, he said, wash your hands. He said, it is the James River and you never know what you might get. He said, I know at home in Lake Gaston, you don't worry about it as much. He said, but here at James River, you might want to. And so I did. I kept my hands washed pretty regular. We handled a lot of fish. It was slow to start with, but we figured it out. Caught a good many of fish. 5 days of fishing at the James River. That's a long time spent on a boat, as far as I'm concerned, especially a pontoon boat. And as far as I know, he sold that boat. Went to a little smaller equipment, boat-wise. And talking about the prices of things, you know, I know everybody's got to make money. They break his worm in half. Got to make a living. But when a couple worms cost $5, it's got ridiculous. And I usually buy one a week. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes we make it through the week But usually I get one. Boat trying to move on me a little bit. Got a little wind. Look out, Mr. Tree. Oh, that should be a fish right up under that tree. And it'll get to the point they'll quit biting here and we'll have to move on. Another spot right around the corner here. I got a bite, but thought that might have been a better fish too. He's slowly taking that down. Wasn't in no hurry, but didn't get it. Maybe he done got wise. Maybe he done caught on. Oh, hey. There we go. Whew. Folks, I got a giant. I got a giant. That'd be one my sister would catch right there. That's about her speed. I hope she sees this. She loves to brim fish. Brim fishing is her thing. So does my wife. My wife loves catching these things too. She likes catching them big shell crackers. Shell crackers weigh pound a quarter, up to 2 pounds. Ooh, that was a better fish, I think. Wasn't quite up under the tree neither. Ain't caught but one of them big shell crackers lately. There you are. Uh-oh. I finally done it. I'm gonna have to go up there and get it. All right, folks, we're gonna cut this one off right now. Let me go up here and get this untangled. All right, boys and girls, we're back. I found a bank line that's got some shade. We're out of that hot sun. Have caught a few fish down this bank line. We'll see what happens. Got a good shade. It's a good rocky bottom here. Usually pick up a shell cracker here. Got a waves from another boat that went by. Maybe we can pick something up. Finish our bait video out here. There we go, right there. Not no big one. There we go. Not big, but we're gonna keep it for bait. Yeah, we done got drifted back out in the sun again. Come on with it, little one. There we go. It don't come off. Got too many things going on at one time here. Oh, it's pulling a little better. All of a sudden it got a little bigger. Oh yeah. That's not a bad brim. But Lake Gadsden. Not a bad brim. I don't put him in my face. Water ain't boiling quite enough to go on and eat him right now. A little too fresh. Might want to cook him a little more. And brim are one of the bluegill, whatever you want to call them, are good eating fish. Some people would say that the crappie are good, but all in all, bluegill about as good. May have to deal with the bones a little bit more, and but hey, I don't mind picking around bones when I'm eating fish. Some people, like my wife. My wife don't care for fish that's got bones in it. She wants it filleted. There we go. Oh, another good one. Oh, what we got here? What we got here? Oh, yes. Looky here. There's that shell cracker I was talking about. Yes. Now that is bait. Now, I have took them home and cooked them. He swallowed it too. Oh, there we go. Yep. Didn't get the hook out, but that'll be okay. Got another pole with a hook on it. I always try to keep a spare. Just for that reason. You'll get tangled up in a tree or break the line. Always got a spare. All we gotta do is put a worm on it. There we go. We're back in business that quick. Get this one out of the way. Oh, the shade feels good with this breeze and this wet t-shirt. It feels good. And if some asked why hadn't I got one of my fishing shirts on, to me they can get a little hot, and I would rather have one of these white t-shirts. To me they're a little cooler. I have to go back up to that spot up there where I caught, see if there's another shell cracker up there. That was a good shell cracker. Maybe 3/4 to a pound. Now early spring you can get on some monster shell cracker in this lake. And I've had a couple guys ask me, how do I find them? So, cause usually I can find them pretty much year round. January and February can get a little hard about it because they move really deep then, or deeper. But people, and it's just, I am not to say they don't, because they do, some don't. Summertime, summer heat like we've had, some fish move deep. Some just go from 10 feet to 20 feet, and that's it. And that's what you got to figure out. I've been asked thousands of times about catfish fishing the bottom. Well, yes, to a point, catfish, but at times, catfish, they'll get out there and school. A little one there, maybe in 50 and 60 feet of water, spin down to about 25, 30 feet. And in February, I have caught a lot of fish just dropping poles straight down in 60 foot of water down to about 30 feet, and have caught a few big fish that way. There's one. Oh, this is another good one here. Another good one, pulling good. Pulling good. Oh yeah, another, like a female shell cracker. Maybe a young male. Good thing is he didn't swallow the hook. Let me put in the bait tank. And the reason shell crackers like, all right, boys and girls, we're gonna go back up here to where I caught that first one, the shell crackers, and work our way back down because the wind's blowing this way. But what I was gonna say before I cut my camera off here was that the reason shell crackers swallow the hook so bad is that they have a set of molars in the back that they crush their food with, like small crustaceans and snails or whatever they can get a hold to, mussels, and they'll use them to crush their, so that's why they try to swallow the bait to get it back there where them crushers are at. The wind picking up a little bit. Might have should have been catfishing today, but ain't gonna be long. We're gonna have to leave here. If not, Mama's gonna be calling on the phone saying, "Where you at?" I'll be in trouble then. Because I told her it was gonna be just a bait run, short. And gotta stay to my word on that one. Like I said, if you hear the hammer and the music and all, that's contractors working on a house that had storm damage. When we get through catching this bait, I'm gonna ride out towards main channel a little bit and take a picture of that, let you see that house. That is something to see. There we go. That was a small one. Glad it came off. Don't have to fool with it. All right, this boat get lined back up right. We'll go right back down this bank line. Maybe we can pick up something else. Boys and girls, I'm glad you got to come along today. See a little bait being caught. Some people don't. There's one. Don't care for fishing like this, and that's okay. That's fine. Back when I was guiding, I had several people that would let me know right they didn't want to pay to catch bait. They wanted to fish for the big boys. Well, sometimes catching bait is better than going for the big boys because the big boys won't bite, or the big girls. It may be one of those days that they don't want to bite. You catch a boatload of bait and have a good time catching bait. Let me step back for a minute. I gotta get something here. I just lost something. And some of you may be wondering what I'm fishing with. Just a slip cork, piece of lead, simple hook, nothing fancy. Just a light rod, spinning reel. This summer was the first summers that my grandkids could actually throw their own spinning reel and have a good time with it. Now that grandson, he's very competitive, especially when somebody else is around him his age. He's very competitive, and he learned how to throw that rod and reel quick. He ended up catching 16 that day, so he had a good day. And some of them were really good brim or shell crackers. And to tell you, to get away from that a little bit, hold on just 1 minute. Let me get a worm out of this cup. But they had a good time. And looking forward to next year. And come spend a week or two with us again next summer. Because we are getting older, and you know, things happen. Not gonna be here forever. The way the aches and pains are every morning and every night, I don't know if I want to be here forever. It seems like the older we get, more aches and pains. And for the ones that watch these videos, you're gonna hear me rambling about anything and everything. It's not only fishing. And yeah, I'm used to having somebody out here sometimes, and we'll talk about anything and everything. Nothing's held back. We have a good time. Fish got most of my bait. I seen him when he hit it, but he just didn't take it under. Maybe I shouldn't have waited for him to take it under. All right, this should be, right here's where we caught that big shell cracker. Let's see if there's another one here. There's one, right there. Oh yes, oh yes. Good fish, good fish. Don't come off. That's another shell cracker. Oh yes. Not the giants, but these are. And the boat's gonna float right over. Of course. Wind's blowing. Jet ski just went by, so all of it's gonna push me right to where I just caught that fish. These fish are thick. They're about close to hand size and really thick across. They got some shoulders to them. So they make good bait. There's 2 pieces of bait in that fish right there, easily. Well, it looks like the wakeboarders are getting cranked up. By time, it's getting to the hour, getting close to 10 o'clock. Time for the lake to come alive. That's all right. So I catch 1 or 2 more like that, we're gonna be headed home. Be time to find some breakfast. Gotta go take my morning medicine. You have to do that when you get old. Take the medicine 2 or 3 times a day, and this cord I got wrapped around too. But had a lady ask me one time, "Why do you take so much medicine?" I can explain it in simple terms. I'd like to stay alive. I don't take as much as I used to. It's cut down some. Things have settled down a little bit. I still take quite a bit, but when you cut back 2 or 3 off the list, that's a good thing. And like I said, we're going to talk about anything out here. We'll talk about fishing, we'll talk about medicine. It's life. And that's what I want these videos to be more about, is everyday things. Some people are going to say, well, he's just rambling. That's right, I'm rambling. I'm trying to make it entertaining. Now, I'm not saying I'm not going to talk a little political stuff, but I try to stay away from it. To each his own on that. Everybody has to make their own mind up on that. That's just like religion. Religion's the same way. Everybody has their beliefs, one way or another. And we'll leave it at that. There's another one. Oh, he came off. Ooh, that was a good one. That spot right there. Hurry up and get this worm fixed. Maybe get back to that spot before his boat gets there. Boated. I guess I need to hit spot lock, but I'm trying to stay in the shade too. Shade feels good. That was Another one of them good shell crackers. Big shell crackers. Well, I'm gonna have to move this boat up, 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 up. He hit it. Huh. How he wanted it. All right, let me move this boat before we get there again. One more time. We'll move, stay out of the tree. I done that just about. Ain't good. Not good. Y'all gonna have to bear with me. Letting that motor up and stay off the rocks. I got a line up in the tree. Let's see if I can get it out of the tree. All right, get out of the tree now with the whole boat. One thing I learned, let me get back over here. Oh yeah, it's done got turned and everything. But, oh shoot. Hold on, folks. Got a little operator error here. A little bit of operator error. I'll let that motor up. There we go. Come on. I done that a couple years ago. Got into a tree. And a snake fell in the boat. The snake went to one end and I went to the other end. And we met in the middle. And it wasn't good because I won. It wasn't good for the snake. Because I throwed his butt over back. He was wanting to stay and visit, but no. I don't like snakes. Somebody might say, well, they're one of the creatures. You know what? I still don't like them. Never have, never will. We're about to lose our shade here. We might get one more trip down through here. All right, let's try this again. Maybe done scared everything off. Oh, no. There's a little one. Oh, it might be a little bit bigger than I thought. Oh, oh yes. Oh, yes, he's pulling good. Pulling good. Oh, looky there. Another shell cracker. My sister would be mad with me right now if she wasn't here, and she's not. She's in Georgia. There you go. There's another one. Well. These boats are wanting to push me to the bank with the waves. I'm already close. I'm making it a little difficult pushing it. trying to stay in the shade and work my spot. And I'm not throwing to the bank. Actually, I'm probably 10 or 12 feet from the bank. It makes a drop off out here. There's a lot of rocks though in the first 7, 8 feet of that shoreline. There he is. Oh, he came off. But anyhow, we'll keep fishing, keep catching, as long as they'll bite. Uh-oh, wrong direction. Wrong direction. Throwed that one up in the tree, but it come out. Or came out. Get the right words there, the right English. There we go. There's another one. Hey, right there at that spot. Undoubtedly. Woo, this is a good one. This is a good one. Oh yes, pulling on this cherry wood rod hard. Real hard. Oh yes. Here we go, folks. There's another one. That one is hand size. We're gonna have some good bait. If you see me jumping around and all, what it is an aggravating fly biting on me. Man, do we have some flies. Woo! And they love this boat. There we go. Back in the spot now. Let's see if something will happen. There it is. I don't lose him. Oh yes. I don't think it's gonna be quite as big, but still a good one. A good brim. A very good brim for Lake Gadsden. Seems like they want this when I'm throwing from the other angle. There's one. There's one. I think that's another brim, maybe. Nope. Another shell cracker. Not as big, but still a good one. Almost hand sized. Not quite, but almost. They're thick. These, I think some of these are females. They're getting ready to lay some eggs again. I can feel her little belly there is bulging. That might be what it is. They're trying to bed there, because I'm fishing about 3 foot deep. Maybe 8 to 10 feet from the bank. The wind's pushing us at a pretty good clip here. Tell you what, we're in the shade right here. I'm on spotlight right here. See what happens. See if we can do anything from this angle. Boy, breeze feels good. Feels real good. Yeah, boat traffic's picking up. Got the pontoon boats out in full force. But I think we're gonna cut this video here, and hope y'all have a good day. Remember to share, like, click all the bells and whistles and all that good stuff. And I do appreciate each and every one of you watching these videos. And I'm just getting started. Got a lot to learn. So bear with me. We'll get there. If not, you know what to do. Okay, have a good day. See you on the next one.